Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. We are reading instructions and prayers of one of our 12 Mahajanas, mentioning another Mahajana. Canto 7, Chapter 8, Prahlad pacifies the Lord with prayers. Bhurijan Prabhu says that these are the longest prayers we have. So many verses as here, in other places less. And today we have verse 34. Let us chant. Tatsambhava kaviratonyadapashyamanas. Tatsambhava kaviratonyadapashyamanas. Tvam bijamatmani tatam sabahir vichintya. Tvam bijamatmani tatam sabahir vichintya. Navindadabdasatam apsu nimajjamano. Navindadabdasatam apsu nimajjamano. Jaten kure katamuho palabeta bijam. Jaten kure katamuho palabeta bijam. Tatsambhava kaviratonyadapashyamanas. Tvam bijamatmani tatam sabahir vichintya. Navindadaptasatam apsu nimajjamano. Jaten kure katamuho palabeta bijam. Word for word. Tatsambhava, who was generated from that lotus flower. Kavi, he who can understand the subtle cause of creation. Lord Brahma. Atah, from that lotus. Anyat, anything else. Apashyamana, not able to see. Tvam, your lordship. Bijam, the cause of the lotus. Atmani, in himself. Tatam, expanded. Saha, he, Lord Brahma. Bahih vichintya, considering to be external. Na, not. Avindat, understood you. Abda shatam, for 100 years according to the demigods. Apsu, in the water. Nimajjamana, diving. Jate ankure, when the seed fructifies and is manifested as a creeper. Katham, how? Uha, O my Lord. Upalabheta, one can perceive. Bijam, the seed that has already fructified. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada. From that great lotus flower, Brahma was generated. But Brahma certainly could see nothing but the lotus. Therefore, thinking you to be outside, Lord Brahma dove into the water and attempted to find the source of the lotus for 100 years. He could find no trace of you, however, for when a seed fructifies, the original seed cannot be seen. Purport. This is the description of the cosmic manifestation. The development of the cosmic manifestation is like the fructification of a seed. When cotton is transformed into thread, the cotton is no longer visible. And when the thread is woven into cloth, the thread is no longer visible. Similarly, it is perfectly correct that when the seed that had generated from the navel of Garbhodakashaya Vishnu became manifested as the cosmic creation, one could no longer understand where the cause of the cosmic manifestation is. Modern scientists have tried to explain the origin of creation by a chunk theory. But no one can explain how such a chunk might have burst. Even if you have explosives, you cannot just easily create an explosion. You need a special detonator, not by fire, not even by pressure. It has to be a very special combination of temperature and a little explosion. So how did it explode? The Vedic literature, however, explains clearly that the total material energy was agitated by the three modes of material nature because of the glance of the Supreme Lord. In other words, in terms of the chunk theory, the bursting of the chunk was caused by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Prabhupada is very generous, very liberal. Okay, you can have your chunk, no problem. Of course, we would call it Hiranya Garbha or Hiranya Anda, Brahmanda, the golden egg of the universe. But why did it develop? Why did it expand? So he said, Krishna has looked and then it develops. Thus, one must accept the Supreme Cause, Lord Vishnu, as the cause of all causes. Text again. Tat sambhava kaviratonyada pashyamanas tvam bijamatmani tatam sabahir vichintya navindadabdasatam apsuni majjamano jaten kure katamuho palabeta bijam. From that great lotus flower, Brahma was generated. But Brahma certainly could see nothing but the lotus. Therefore, thinking you to be outside, Lord Brahma dove into the water and attempted to find the source of the lotus for 100 years. You are certainly, many of you old and senior devotees, but even you cannot say that in this life for 100 years you have been searching, unless some of you look very youthful for some yogis. He could not find a trace of you, however, for when a seed fructifies, the original seed cannot be seen. Om Agyanati Mirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Yasya Prasadadagyupi Sadhya Sarvagyatam Rajet Sashi Chaitanya Devame Bhagavan Samprasidatu Chaitanya Charitamrita. May Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, be fully merciful unto me. By His grace, a complete fool can get all knowledge in one moment. And another one from Chaitanya Charitamrita. Tam Shrimad Krishna Chaitanya Devam Vande Jagat Gurum Yasyanu Kampaya Shvapi Mahabdim Santaret Sukham. My respectful obeisances to Jagat Guru Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, by whose grace even a little dog can cross a big ocean very happily and easily. And one more about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and ocean. Vaigunya kita kalita paisunya vranapidita dainyarneveni magnoham Chaitanya vaidyam asraye. I am eaten by germs and bacteria and insects of my material defects, bad qualities. Vaigunya kita. Kira, you have, yeah? Kalita. Paisunya vranapidita, and the boils of enviousness and critical mentality cover my whole body. Therefore, I immerse myself into the ocean of humility. This is the best cream, you know. Smear some humility and soothes, but not enough, not enough. I immerse myself into the ocean of humility and take shelter of Dr. Chaitanya. Chaitanya Vaidya Mashraya. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Surrender unto Krishna. That we have all heard. However, sometimes it sounds a little menacing, you know, a little harsh. Surrender! However, if you actually see how Krishna invites us to surrender in Sanskrit, in the Bhagavad-Gita, in the most quoted shloka that Prabhupada says is the last word of the Gita, the last instruction in the Gita, then what is the Sanskrit word for surrender? Mat Sharanagati, yeah, Sharanagati, Mat Sharanagati, yeah. So, come under my shelter. So shelter doesn't sound so scary, does it? Shelter. So shelter means some kindness is there, some mercy is there. So we all want mercy, and we all want shelter. Right? Who doesn't want a shelter, especially if it is raining? You need some shelter to be sheltered from the rain. And of course, it rains cats and dogs, as they say. It's a heavy rain of material miseries. Yeah, it's a torrential rain of anxieties, difficulties, and all kinds of unpleasant things in this material world. And even if something is pleasant, it's distracting. And if it's neither pleasant nor unpleasant, it's boring. You know, so it's always something in this world. And even if it's all balanced, still at the end you drop dead. You know, so no matter which side you take, still some trouble is here. So Lord Brahma is our first teacher, Adi Kavi. Yeah, first verse of the Bhagavatam says Adi Kavi, and he is described here. Basically, his spiritual journey is described, and this is the spiritual journey of all of us. He shows how the spiritual journey is happening. So he finds himself in a place. So in our kalpa, this is a lotus. So lotus doesn't sound too bad, you know, if you wake up in the morning and you see, oh, you are in the lotus. Shining lotus. Okay, that sounds not so bad. In the third canto, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that it doesn't happen every kalpa. In some kalpas, he finds himself in the water. Just imagine, you wake up and you are in the water. And sometimes he wakes up and he's in the air. Just imagine, in the morning you wake up when you are in the air. And you cannot remember who you are and what to do and what's happening, what's the schedule for today. So, of course, it's quite familiar, yes, in the evening you go to bed full of clear plans. Tomorrow I begin the new life. Yes, and then in the morning you wake up and you're thinking, oh, thanks God that I begin new life tomorrow. Yeah? Not today. And who said this? Who put this alarm so early? Why, who was it? It's like a different person. So Brahma works so hard that, yes, every morning he has to meditate again. He has to have the full morning program. He has to, you can see, he has to chant his mantra for Prabhupada in the second canto says the same mantra we chant, Gopal mantra, and he chants it for his japa period, and then he gets Krishna's darshan. Like after your japa, there is deity greeting, there is darshan, and Krishna can give you his smile and inspiration. Prachodayat, he can give you inspiration. But it sounds very nice afterwards. But before, it's very challenging. It's called austerity. So basically you see, Lord Brahma finds himself in a difficulty. He doesn't know what to do and how to do it and what's happening. So it's very confusing. So we usually like clarity. We usually like that things are clear. Yeah? We usually like when there is some light. Jai Shri Shri Gaurnitai Shri Shri Krishna Balaram Shri Shri Radha Shama Sundar Lita Vishaka Ki Jai. And we have heard this so many times that oftentimes we do not consider that this is a very austere position, that you find yourself in a strange situation and you don't see anything, you are in a darkness, you don't know who you are, you don't know why you are here. It's very uncomfortable. And this is usually also how our spiritual life begins. Yeah, when our self-consciousness awakens, usually in teenage years, we rebel against the parents oftentimes because we see this is what how they define us is not really me. They give me some role, but is it really me? Do they really take into account my individuality? Who am I? What should I do with my life? How should I act? And then we search. And sometimes we search in the wrong places. We see Brahma goes down. Sometimes we also go down. Yeah, I will not ask for of course you are all noble Indian, many of you are noble Indian born, very civilized, cultured people, but many of us have tried to experiment with all kinds of crazy things, thinking, oh, maybe I can find pleasure in intoxication, maybe I can find pleasure in just partying or in some other material things to satisfy my senses, and we cannot find. We don't find it. We go down into material enjoyments, experimenting with these enjoyments, and it does not satisfy us. And as Devamrita Maharaj is joking, nowadays by the age of 15 and 17, people are already totally burned and toasted in the West, in the cities. So he says when he preaches to them, he says, you have already tried everything. Have you been happy? No. Yes, I have tried everything. I have not become happy. So he says, try this. Try Krishna. So Brahma tries to find, and he cannot. He tries his best. He tries to search for Krishna, but he cannot find, because Krishna is transcendental. Krishna is beyond space, Krishna is beyond time. Even Garbhodakashaya Vishnu, even though we say he's inside the universe, but he's transcendental. The Lord is always transcendental. So he cannot reach Garbhodakashaya Vishnu. And then Brahma Samhita says he gets help. So if you search, if you are honest, Krishna will help. Krishna helps. In the Science of Self-Realization, one poet asks, as far as I remember, he's some poet, he asks Srila Prabhupada, "Oh, Srila Prabhupada, Swamiji, how not to be cheated? There are so many cheaters." Prabhupada accepts, yeah, there are so many cheaters. How not to be cheated? How to get the real, true, bona fide guide, guru, master, spiritual teacher? And Prabhupada says, oh, this is simple. If you don't want to be cheated, you will not be cheated. If you are sincere that I want the truth, I don't want just somebody to comfort me with another fantasy. I want the reality. I want Param Satyam. I want the supreme absolute truth. This is what I want. Even if it involves some austerity, I aim at the truth. Then truth will guide you. He will guide you. He will send somebody. We see even to the forest sometimes. He will send somebody. There are some devotees, I know, they found some books in the mountains, or somebody came to the mountains and gave them a book, or it happens in most mysterious ways. Dhruva was in the forest and Narada came to teach him. Yeah? So Krishna is very kind, he will guide you. So here Brahma is looking and then he hears tapa, austerity. So Divya Saraswati and Brahma Samhita explains, she initiates him into the Gopal mantra. She initiates him into the mantra. Of course, in different kalpas, he may be in. There are many different Brahmas, but our Brahma is initiated in Gopal mantra. He realizes Krishna, Krishna from Goloka. So he chants. So that's not the end of it. So he did search. Did he find? No. But he gets guidance. What guidance? Do more tapasya. Do more tapasya. That was already tapasya. For 100 years he was searching. And he said, no, do this tapasya. The tapasya of, tapasya. Gopal Krishna Maharaj, Srila Gopal Krishna Maharaj loves to quote this verse from the 3rd canto. Tapasaiva param jyotir bhagavantam adokshajam. That by tapasya, by austerity, this is how you can achieve jyoti, adokshajam and bhagavan. That's how you can achieve either Brahman or Paramatma or Bhagavan, Shri Krishna, by tapasya. But what is tapasya? What is tapasya? What is austerity? Tapasya, usually we understand just voluntary, accepting voluntary difficulties, voluntary pain. Yeah? However, it's not just pain. We see, for example, Lord Brahma's tapasya was being totally focused on the mantra. That was his tapasya, and Srila Prabhupada says in the 2nd canto, even you today can reach the same power like Brahma, and that's some power, creating a universe. Yeah? At least you maybe create one temple or some community or some nice preaching. So he says you can reach the same power by chanting the same mantra. And it's almost the same amount of time on our scale that we chant. So he chants the mantra. Is that the end of it? No, that's not the end of it. Then he gets Kama Gayatri according to Brahma Samhita, and then he focuses, and then he does more sadhana, and then he gets the darshan. Is that the end of it? No. Then he has to build. Then he has to actually construct the universe. And is it easy? We see in the 3rd canto, it's not so easy. One group of his creations, Rakshasas and Yakshasas, they try to eat him. And, even something not so nice to say, rape him, you know, his children, and he has to run away. So some of devotees think, oh, my children don't seem to be so devotional. Brahma also had this problem. Not all his children were absolutely perfectly cute angels. Some of them were quite heavy people. So then he has to leave one body, another body. He has to go through a lot of trials and tests. So these are the tests, and we usually don't like tests. I remember some relative asked me, I was, I think here in the VIHE, writing some exam on Bhakti Vaibhava or something, and then they were asking me, so what are you doing? I'm saying, oh, I'm preparing for a test. We are writing a test. He says, oh, even you are writing tests? Still you're writing tests? Even in the Hare Krishna movement, you could not escape writing tests? No. And we sometimes don't like tests, but the tests is what qualifies you for a better engagement. Yes? Unless you write, unless you pass the test, you cannot become an engineer, you cannot become a doctor, you cannot become a leader. To graduate, you have to pass the test. You have to write the test. And in fact, you know, if you study, then only the first, you are nervous only the first 10 or 20 times of writing tests, and then you take it as a Brahminical sport. You know, Brahminical Gehirnsport, brain sport, they say in Germany. So something that Brahminical intellectuals like to study and test their understanding of Shastra. But there are different kinds of tests. Some tests are not just about remembering shlokas or remembering some words. Tests are about your qualities. And these tests help us to move forward, move towards Krishna. So Brahma illustrates that he is ready to go through these tests. He's ready to go through tapasya or austerity. And austerity, what is the best austerity? What would you, does anybody know any quotes, or do you have any opinions? What is the best austerity?
Nanam sam tapa, nanam sam vrata.
Aha, nanama sadrisham tapa, okay. There is no austerity equal to chanting the holy name. Yes, that's from Adi Purana, right? Yes.
Prabhupada says reading his books for 5 to 6 hours.
5 to 6 hours reading his books. Yes, I heard that Prabhupada said our austerity is studying Bhagavad-Gita and studying Srimad Bhagavatam. That there is a quote like this. Yes, yeah, studying. Yes, Mahamantra. Yes, that's what Krishna Prabhu said already. Yeah, giving quote, chanting the Mahamantra. Yes. What else is our austerity? Morning program. Yes, Prabhupada says rising for Mangalarati. That's this sweet hours. Yes. What else is our austerity? Eating only Krishna Prasad. Yes. In that Brahma Vaivarta Purana prediction about 10,000 years of the Vaishnava Dharma, there are three characteristics of the worldwide Vaishnava movement. They will Eka Varna Hari Bhakta. My bhaktas will chant the holy name, my name all the time. They will read Bhagavad Purana. They will read my Purana, like we are doing now, and they will eat only Krishna Prasad. They will eat only Prasad. So these three are three main. If nothing else, these three are what we are supposed to do. Yes. Preach Krishna consciousness to people who are not interested in Krishna consciousness. Yes, giving mercy, that's the austerity. Especially now, marathon month, Prabhupada's marathon. So that's really you can feel how you surrender your ego. Yes, Prabhu?
Fasting and feasting.
Fasting and feasting. Fasting and feasting. Yes, Prabhu?
Cooperate with devotees.
Oh, cooperate with devotees. Austerity of mind. And what's the first austerity of mind? Okay, control the focus of the mind. Yes. Although in the satisfaction. Yes, 17th chapter of the Gita, Manah Prasada. So the first austerity is to be satisfied. You know, I am satisfied. You know, collect all your willpower and say, yes, it's okay. I am satisfied. Yes, yeah, that's also, this is the beauty and this is the difference between East and West, or ancient and modern, or postmodern. And that in yoga we know it's your decision. Satisfaction doesn't come from outside, it's coming from inside. It's the first niyama, santosha, first niyama of yoga. You decide, okay, I'm satisfied. Okay, we will come back to this. You Prabhu, the last point? Yeah, for regulative principles. Yes, for regulative principles. Of course, we know Srila Prabhupada usually in his books says, whenever tapasya is mentioned, he will say, yes, devotees have tapasya every 2 weeks and on Janmashtami. And every 2 weeks we fast. On Ekadashi, we don't eat rice. And bread. Of course, I have been joking like this for several years, and then I remember one Ekadashi, I felt such a strong desire to eat something substantial. But here in Vrindavan, I remember on Ekadashi, we used to have more people than on a normal day. Because you have the potato chips, and you yeah. So, so it has to be commensurate. Your austerity has to be proper, because in some place also there is another quote. Srila Prabhupada says, "Our life has enough austerity. You don't have to invent." You don't have to, of course, vanaprasthas. This is one beautiful thing about Vrindavan. You can see from time to time some vanaprastha here, and you can see they are doing serious austerities. You may remember our Vrajananda Prabhu. He used, or there was another one, Ekanath. He used to, like, winter, it's cold, everybody wears 3 socks and 2 sweaters, and he's just in one chadar and bare feet. Yeah, and very lightly dressed. You remember Vrajananda, somebody? Yeah? Or that one, the other one, or right now I know one, I don't know if it's a secret or not. If I don't say the name, I guess it's not a problem. He takes some of the cow feed, it's not even grass, it's just some stalks, and he grinds them, and he eats that grass, dry grass. So that's his food. Or so sometimes you can see some vanaprasthas who really do something that's quite austere, because vanaprastha is the most austere ashram in the Bhagavatam. You can read, and in Vrindavan you can see, because Prabhupada says our vana, our forest is Vrindavana. So when you take vanaprastha, you go to Vrindavan. And traditionally vanaprastha was some austerity to break the attachment to comforts. So therefore it's more austere than brahmachari and sannyas ashram. Brahmachari is for study and sannyas is for knowledge and being equipoised, being equal to the dualities. Vanaprastha is for austerity, according to the Bhagavatam. And here you can observe this quite frequently. However, it all has to be in a proper measure, because in the Mahabharata it says that there are 12 doshas or defects which turn austerity into a non-austerity. So that's Sanat Sujatiya. So what are the 12 defects which destroy austerity? So the 12 defects which destroy austerity, and it's important to us because, for example, we may chant 64 rounds or 24 rounds, 25 rounds or more rounds, or we can do some extra austerity. And if we indulge in some of these defects, in some of these undesirable things, it will nullify our practice. Or if we take this study Gita, as Prabhupada says, also this is the austerity, but what does Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami say? Bahujanma koreyadi shravana kirtana tabutona paya Krishna pade premadana. Also our Guru Maharaj likes to quote, yeah? That we can hear and chant life after life, Bahujanma, many lives, and still not get the treasure of love to the lotus feet of Lord Shri Krishna. So why? Because of we do the right thing, but how are we doing this? What is the mood? What is the mentality, attitude? Prabhupada says in the Nectar Instruction, one's advancement in Krishna consciousness depends on one's attitude. Yeah? So, therefore, attitude. So here are 12 attitudes which destroy austerity. 12 doshas. That's Sanat Sujatiya from Mahabharata, from the Mahabharata. Dhritarashtra is asking something from Vidura, and he says, oh, we have one Sanat Sujatiya Brahmana, he will tell you. So this is from there. So he says, the 12 doshas which make austerity into a non-austerity are, first, anger. Do you experience that if you are hungry, if you didn't sleep much, and then somebody pushes you or something, or asks you something, you know, what is it? Don't you know? I'm fasting. you become like very flammable, easily burning. So if you become angry, bas, finished. We misused. It's not austerity. Yeah? That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Taror iva sahishnuna. Chant, but in a tolerant way. Be tolerant. Huh? Then, lust. I don't know if you notice, sometimes you may be fasting, and sometimes you may do some austerity, and all of a sudden, some crazy desires come up, which you didn't have for, 5, 10, 15 years. Because it rises some deep things. So if we start following, indulge in these fantasies or desires, then it makes this austerity into a non-austerity. That's why in Treta Yuga, in other yugas, you can see that if Lord Ram found some non-Brahmana doing austerity, he punished him. He said, you're not able to control your mind. You cannot do this austerity. That's wrong. You have to be actually qualified even for the proper austerity. Of course, that was Treta Yuga, now is Kali Yuga, and our austerity is very positive. Prabhupada says, our Krishna consciousness is not minus Maya, it's plus Krishna. He says, yoga, it's in Hindi, right? Yoga is sum, yeah? You join. Yeah? So yoga means not minus, it's plus Krishna. And then minus Maya is automatic, natural. So, but still, it's good if you know which Maya should be minus. So this is anger, lust, greed. Do you have this experience you have been fasting, or you have been doing Kartik Vrata, or you could have been doing Chaturmasya fast, and then the next day you have to break the fast, yes? And then you have mountains and mountains. In a whole year, you never ate so much. And they call it nowadays moral licensing. You feel so virtuous. Prabhu, I have done big austerity. I have not been eating sweets for 18 hours. So now I can eat a big bucket. Moral licensing. You know, you feel, oh, I'm so austere, I'm so virtuous and moral. Definitely, I have a license. I can. You know, it's also called what do you call it? Namna bala dyat papa. It's like indulging ourselves on the strength of our spiritual activities, practices. Okay, greed. Then lack of discrimination or confusion about right and wrong. Again, similar. That, oh, I'm so austere, I can do any damn thing. Desire to know, or I'm a devotee, or I'm a senior devotee. So what if I bend the rules here and there? I'm a devotee, we are devotees. Or we can think, we are devotees, so we can break a little, some of the government rules, or state rules. You know, we can bend, come on, we are devotees. Yeah? Who cares? You know, this is for karmis. Those rules are for karmis. Like the traffic rules, that's not for devotees. I have a garland, you know, they say in India, the first rule in India when you have to drive, you cannot be a driver in India unless you believe in eternity of the soul. You have to know you're not this body. Otherwise you'll be too nervous. My friend from Germany came, he couldn't believe, you know, how, but then he said, it's good, because he says, in the West we relax, everything is so organized that we stop paying attention, but here it's every second you have to be completely observant and focused, you can see everything, he's coming from there, he's coming from there, the speed is like this. When you cross the street, you don't just look, here's the, you know, pedestrian crossing. No, you look left, right, up, down, behind, and then gradually. That's good. You are alert, mindful. All right. Discrimination. Then desire to know right and wrong. Desire to know about the pleasures from sense objects. You can, we may think, okay, I have been doing austerity for so many years, let me go try the pizza. What is this pizza? We have this nice pizzeria now, Himalayan adventure or something, you know, something. I mean, I'm not against this, you know, like that. It's not like every day. It's another one, cruelty. Cruelty. We think, I'm fasting, so why should you enjoy? I'm tolerating, why should you be comfortable? And we sometimes are insensitive, you know. Also, Prabhupada says that this artificial austerity, or Nectar of Devotion says, artificial austerity can make the heart hard. But that's not, I mean, it makes austerity into non-austerity, it destroys austerity. It's not austerity if you do like this. Then, cruelty. Yeah? Tendency to attribute evil qualities to those who are good. So fault finding faults in others, criticizing others. Again, we feel we have a moral high ground. I can judge everybody. I can judge everybody. I have, come on, I have chanted, yesterday I have chanted 25 rounds. I've chanted my 16 rounds before Guru Puja. come on, I am a big man, you know, I can, who is he, who is she? Oh, look, that's the one, look, see what he's doing? So I can say, because I'm very austere, I'm very empowered. That's, again, immediately, my austerity becomes non-austerity. I misuse it. And connected pride. Pride. Oh, did you fast yesterday? Oh, I'm fasting, you know. I usually have nirjal fast. Bas, finished. Your austerity is, you have exchanged the fruits for this measly, teeny enjoyment of bragging, boasting. Just by saying this, finished. Are you chanting 64 rounds? Well, I'm chanting, you know. How many rounds are you chanting? Oh, Prabhu, I'm chanting so many rounds. Boss, you have received your reward. You have gotten your reward. People say, oh, really? You chant so many rounds? Oh, you're such a great devotee. No, yeah, finished. Finished. We have gotten the result. And this result is so small. I mean, some material respect. So pride. Lamentation. Lamentation. Oh, I have been, why did I not use my young years for enjoying? Or why didn't I enjoy more? Why didn't I take 2 pieces of, why didn't I take 5 pakoras yesterday? Desire for sensual enjoyment, envy, and hatred. So these 12 make austerity into a non-austerity. So, yes, tapasaiva param jyotir, we must do austerity, and that's Krishna's mercy, but we need to know what is austerity. And ultimately, the highest austerity is to sacrifice the false ego. That's the most difficult thing. Why japa is considered such a high austerity? Because instead of listening to my thoughts, I listen to Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, and then some thought comes, another thought comes, and I say, no, I will listen, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. And why do I chant Hare Krishna? So that Dharmatma Prabhu say, oh, he's so attentive, or Saranga Thakur will say, oh, he's... No, not for praise, not for respect. Krishna for you. All of it, let it be offered for you, for your pleasure. Everything, any austerity, any difficulty, let it be offered. All of it is yours. If it's not offered, it's just suffering. But if you offer, 11th canto Bhagavad-Gita says, useless things become assets, opulence, if you offer them to Krishna. So everything needs to be offered to Krishna. So you are cold, you say, Krishna, I am tolerating this for you. You are bored, you are hungry, you have to tolerate some difficult person, you have to submit. You say, Krishna, I do this for you. If you have to renounce something for yourself, it's just suffering. And sometimes, how can you, I mean, how do you do this? It's impossible. Maya is so strong. But if you say, Krishna, I do this for your pleasure, then immediately it becomes bhakti. Immediately it gains eternal value. So that's our good night shloka, 11.236. Pujaris have this in their books. Kayena vacha manasendriyarva buddhyatmana vanusrita svabhavad karomi yadyat sakalam parasmai narayanayeti samarpayami. It says, it's a little changed to first person, I offer. So, oh Krishna, everything I did with my body, everything I did with my words, with my mind, even with my nature, whatever, let it be used in your service, let it be yours. Narayanaya iti samarpayami. I'm offering it to you. Please, let it be yours. Whatever, even suffering, even tests, austerities, please use it. Please let it be an offering to you. And then it becomes something to grow, a test which opens new levels for us. Offering everything to Krishna. Happily, with love. It becomes labor of love. In love, there is no austerity. In love, austerity is happiness. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So, in Karma Yoga we offer afterwards. In Karma Mishra Bhakti or Pradhanya Bhakti we offer before. And in Bhakti we offer all the time. In the beginning, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. At the end, Hare Krishna. And all the time, every time we remember, Krishna for you. Krishna, this is for you. Not to me, this is for you. Please be happy, please be pleased, this is for you. Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhu.
Very nice lecture, Prabhu. Thank you very much, very refreshing. Could you elaborate a little on why is Vanaprastha and ISKCON? Because we know sannyasis, they are initiated into the sannyas ashram. And the Vanaprastha is initiated. One could give an example of a person divorced, husband divorced, two kids. Is he a Vanaprastha or what is a Vanaprastha?
There are many different varieties in each ashram. Bhagavatam will describe in the 7th canto 4 classic varieties for each ashram, for Vanaprastha also. There was even some seminar, some funny name, please remind me, so the mysterious ashram, the most mysterious ashram, something like this, yeah, in our society, Vanaprastha. So as far as I know, there is no official initiation, although some devotees may take some formal sankalpa to Krishna, you know. And how exactly does one do this also will be different. As I mentioned these few examples, these devotees do actual severe austerities, you know. If I had to eat the cow grass every day, I would, it would be too much for me. But they do it. They do it. It's, it's possible. And they do it with determination. Nobody forces them. Nobody told them to do this. They feel the actual inspiration. Yes, I need to move further. I have to do some austerity. They feel the need. But we cannot force it on everybody. So therefore, Prabhupada says in the 9th canto, yes, after 50 to the forest. And as Burijan Prabhu says, that when I was young, I was thinking, oh yes, what would happen if I go to the forest? I must admit, when I was young, I was, what was I? 18? I left my university and I went to a Buddhist monastery. And I lived in the forest for several months. I lived in the forest. It was cold, but I thought, yes, that's the way to go. That's, forest. And sometimes when life gets difficult in some temples or some situations, I thought, anyway, I start becoming anxious, I start worrying, and then I think, anyway, I can go to the forest, live in the forest. That was before I hit 40, 45 or something. But now I think, my God, as Burijan Prabhu says, before I thought, oh, what would happen if I go to the forest? And now I know, I will die. If I go to the forest, I'll just die. Of course, in India you have nice warm forests. In some places, Subal Prabhu told me that in Tripura, in the forest, you had all the food, papaya, and so you can survive. Some banana, wild banana or something, you can eat. You can be even survive on that. And if that devotee eats cow grass, then not even grass, this harsh stalks, I don't know what cow feed, then you can eat some leaves. So therefore Prabhupada says, you can go, our forest is Vrindavan. And he says, that's why I created, just today I was listening to Lokanath Maharaja's memories from Mayapur, where he was saying that Prabhupada, for the first few years, he would apologize. He would say, sorry, to all the devotees, he would apologize. He said, I'm very sorry, there's no conveniences here. And many times he said, he wants to create, we are complaining about so many such crowds, but this is the result of preaching. We just need to teach them to use it for Krishna. He said he wanted to create, also Bhaktisiddhantaji, the conditions and conveniences so that everybody can do the pilgrimage. Everybody can come. So therefore, Prabhupada has created for every level of austerity. Somebody can, as you can see, some people sleep on the street under a little chadar, and they seem to be happy. And some people, okay, you can have a nice room with a heater and warm water, but in Vrindavan, without nonsense and with focused japa, maybe even with the wife. You know, it's bona fide. You can read first canto or Kshatriyas, they go to the forest with the wife. And they are detached, they don't enjoy this association, they just support each other in spiritual life. So even that level is there. Even that is possible. That's okay. So for different levels, for different degrees of austerity, there could be different forms of vanaprastha. But the point is that we need to understand that you all drop dead. You all die. We all die. Usually devotees smile when you say this. Yeah, like, yeah, some of you are smiling. Yeah, we die, yes. It's very special. Only devotees are laughing at this. Oh yeah, we die, true, yes. So therefore we need to prepare. We need to prepare to give up some of the attachments. But individually, who will do how, that's decided on case-to-case basis. Hare Krishna. All right. Gaur Krishna Prabhu, you have something? Yeah, oh, you always have a question. Yes, Prabhu.
Hi. The last question is I am saying that in the beginning when you come to the temple to chant Hare Krishna, so chanting 2 rounds is sometimes difficult. 2 rounds.
Yes, yes.
But once you get associated, then you chant 60 rounds, then you get nice austerity, then you come for morning programs, everything. Then once you are settled, complete, now I am a complete settled and everything. Then later on we see that I have done so many things for so many times. Now today Sunday I take rest, or today I am tired and do rest. So these things happens. In the beginning we have so much enthusiasm to do things. But later on when the time goes that things are slacking. Okay, today is Sunday, I take rest.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, it happens. Shall I tell you one scary thing? Very scary. Bhakti Sandarbha, Jiva Goswami says, if we do 100 offenses, we develop a tendency to cheat. Even to ourselves, even lie to ourselves. If you make 1,000 offenses, we lose inspiration to do austerity. And if you make 10,000 offenses, we lose interest in bhakti. Very scary. So, that's why, this is why we are reading the Bhagavatam every morning, and we are reminded all the time that we do not just finish the rounds, but we do not just, formally, externally, superficially do this austerity, but how we do this. Krishna, for you, we offer this. Krishna, this is for you. And how we do this? Trinadapi sunichena tarorivasa hishnuna amanina manadena kirtaniya sadahari. Chant, do service, preach. But how? Humbly, respectfully, with tolerance, with gratitude to Krishna, with respect to everybody. And then we can overcome the anarthas. That's not only what we do, but how we do. The attitude is important. Thank you very much. So let all of our activities be offered to merciful Krishna, who is eager to give us shelter. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Vancha kalpadrubhishta kripa